If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Okay, hey everybody, welcome to the jungle. Hi, Tina. Where's that beautiful smile, sweetie? Come on, baby, shine it on me. There you go, sweetheart. Oh, looking good, baby. Oh, I'm so frantic here. Oh, excuse me, where's that awful man Craig at?
I'm at my son's football game, so I'm doing double duty here.
Dan Greco, Dave Munster, Dave Liziola, Marco Onichu, Connor Hill, and Tio O'Farr.
She's at a football game.
Okay. So anyway, we're going to start, and we're going to introduce right now Mr. Craig, and Mr. Craig's going to tell us what he does for a living. That's scary. And what he doesn't do for a living, that's not scary. And don't believe a word he's saying because he's been lying all day long here. So anyway, trying to come in like I have all this
rum.
But why is the rum gone?
Okay, what I want to do first,
I don't know.
Everybody can go announce your name and where you're from. And we'll start with Franco.
Well, I'm Frank Overman. I live in Arlington, Texas, and I'm a friend and neighbor of Larry's. Get over and see him once in a while, not near enough. And I'd like to help him out on these pen meetings when I can. Try to keep him in line. Jake needs help keeping him in line.
All right, and then we have Nicholas.
I am Jake. I am right here in front of Larry, right across the table.
Mr. Ham.
Next.
Who's next? Is it Stan?
Yeah, Stanley.
Hi, I'm Stan. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And Miss Tina, you're on mute.
Oh, I'm Tina, and I'm outside Chicago in Bensonville, but I'm actually in West Chicago tonight at the football game.
All right. And Miss Deborah, honey made it. Where's your doggy?
He's over here. He's down there. I'm Debbie. I'm from New York City.
And hopefully we will have some more on. I thought Liz was going to be on here. And so anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and start it now. They follow. But Craig, go ahead and you take it from now. And it's all yours.
I'm Craig
Right,
Williams.
We're done. Thank you very much for showing up today. You done one heck of a job, buddy. One heck of a job.
I'm Craig Williams, and I live somewhere.
And he's sober. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's tea. It's not rum, it's tea. I want to give a shout out to Charlie Harvey of Wood Wonders of North Carolina. Sent me this pen today.
Yeah, that brown one?
Yeah, it's fabulous. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep. And it writes even better than it looks. But a big shout out to him.
Shout!
Wood Wonders of North Carolina.
Now he's trying to get serious. Okay, here we go. He's got that serious look on his face.
What y'all want to talk about?
Oh, please.
All right, let's go back to the bug we were talking about.
Okay.
All right, let me get this straight. You wanted me a couple years ago because you had a mean looking bug. You wanted me to do people were complaining or whatever. You wanted a kinder looking bug.
Well, okay.
So
the bug that you originally did, remember the one that that stays. That's not going nowhere.
Right. Now you want me to do a mean looking bug.
Well, the reason is I'm going to have different hats and shirts made.
Well, I just came in from the woodworking shop. I've got some down there being framed. I've got to ship out. I've got some over here unframed. I've got to ship out, and I got more to do. So it's just the time. And hypothetically speaking, if I were to do a mean looking bug for you, not that I have time, but it would look a lot like this.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. Here we go again.
No, that's mine. That's mine.
Okay. Here we go again. I just know it.
No, this is the real one.
Oh, okay. Now we're in the real deal. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's the real
Let
deal.
Marilyn in.
The real bee.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Hornet,
Marilyn.
whatever he is.
Hold on. Time out. Marilyn! Okay. Go ahead.
Were you having a party there?
Yeah.
Always.
So anyway,
Always.
all right. And then I'd like to have two. Now Mo's going to be doing like it did these. And did you want a hint like this?
I can't see. What? You sent me a hat like that.
All right.
That's the only hat I got.
All right. I'll send one to I'm going to order it from Mo. Okay. So, all right. And then there's Mary. Hello, Mary. Mary, where you going to? Come on now. Down,
Hey guys.
All right. And there's little Miss Muffin, Marilyn.
Hello.
Oh, and there is Lane. Okay. Enough for the freak out, right? Okay. Here we go. Welcome to Larry's Looney Tunes. All right. Now, I want you to tell the people about your journey because you do several things. You're an artist and you're a wood maker. And don't you make pens as well? And
Make what?
Huh?
Make what?
Pens.
Yeah, I have in the past. Yeah.
Okay. And also, he's a diver and he also dives for treasure, believe it or not. And he does a cave thing. He does it all. So he's got an interesting journey to tell you. But then don't believe anything he says.
Right. I really don't do anything.
Yeah.
But no, I've been doing a lot of artwork lately and some woodworking. And so far as the marine archaeology stuff, there's a project going on in Florida and off of Georgia. And as much as I can do over the phone, working with them because of the pandemic and traveling and stuff like that. So we're trying to push forward on that, but we're hindered because of the pandemic. The pandemic's still here. Everybody acts like it's gone away. It really hadn't gone away. And now we're pushing on flu season, so it's probably going to get worse. But that's it. I was telling Larry, I got some commission pieces of artwork I got to do. And I just did this one for Larry wanted another bug, a mean looking bug. So,
yep.
And that one's mine this time.
I love it. Yep.
So I'll have to send you that. And you can put it on hats and t-shirts, whatever.
Now, stop right there for a minute. Remember that Texas you did with the skull?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be right in the middle of Texas, where Fort Worth is. That with the B in it. That's one of them. And then the next one, it's going to be a picture of its own as well. Probably either here and then a big one on the back of the shirt. But it's going to be right here on the hat embroidered.
Well, if you do that, like this bee, don't do it on black, do it on white. White hat or white shirt to make it stand out better. Same thing with the Texas. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wouldn't stand out good on black?
No. Because you got a lot of black in this Hornet and you got a lot of black in Texas.
Well,
plus,
you can try to see what it looks like.
Plus, you won't get very many people wearing it in the summertime. I'm just saying, if it's black.
Right.
If you
You
want
try
people wearing it in the summertime. Yeah.
Try it on black.
White.
Try it on white. See which one looks better. Shows up better.
All right. So anyway, so that's what's going on. So okay, we'll wait for that. So next, tell them how you started all this stuff. You're the one.
Which one?
What'd you start at first?
My grandmother got me painting when I was like 3. we ain't got enough time in the video for me to go all the way back to when I was 3. That's been
No.
a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you're doing this on purpose.
No,
You have lost your mind. Look, okay. All right. What do you do first? The diving, the wood, the drawing, what?
do it all.
Well, tell the people, not me. I know.
I have to do the drawings for the diving, and I'm gonna draw anyway. And I've got stuff I want to draw and don't have time to do that. But and that's what I've been doing because of the pandemic, is online sales and doing the drawings more so than the diving and woodworking.
Do you have any pictures you want to share? I mean, he's got some really nice pictures of a sailboat, beautiful. Cars, people, Hendrix, you name it. And he has nothing to show. Oh, yes, he does. There's Dr. Joe in there, somebody. There it is. There it is, that buffalo I've been wanting right there. Exactly.
That's one color. That's Mont Blanc toffee brown, one color of ink.
I love that. Love that
Mixed,
right there.
mixed with water and thickened up to make different colors.
That's another one.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
I'm going to make you a star artist. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm calling that the yak. Oh yeah, that wolf. I saw that today. That was gorgeous, man. And those are the horses.
Horses in the snow. I've got some more that aren't in this book. Aborigines, man and girl.
Joe.
There's a horse with 2 colors of Mont Blanc ink.
Okay.
And cheesecake.
Oh, I love cheesecake. That's my favorite.
Well, buy it. I'll make you a deal. It's on sale tonight. Sea turtle.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Turtle. Yep.
Lionfish.
Yep. That's another nice one. Marshall Hickman. Oh, that's for you, right?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels.
Oh, yeah.
Dave Grohl and Kurt Cobain.
Never heard of him.
I know. Lenny Kravitz and Jimi Hendrix.
Okay. Both did. Go ahead. Lenny Kravitz isn't dead, I don't think, is he?
Mm.
Oh, let's see, jellyfish. Did her eyes.
Yeah.
Is she someone you know, or is that just from your imagination?
No, I just made it up.
As I say,
Very
kind of
cool.
look like me from afar.
Yeah, it was you.
Real far.
Or Marilyn Monroe.
There's your Texas.
There it is. Yep.
Oh,
There it is.
that's cool.
Yep. Don't mess with Texas. I think that's Camaro
That's a bad boy. Yeah. That was a bad boy.
and Chevrolet pickup.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
yeah.
dad had one of those.
Mine too.
Mine too.
My dad
Formula
had
One racing. Sharon did the owl. That's what you're talking about, the owl. I know what you were talking about. Sorry.
Just joking. Part of an owl. Yeah.
At the face. That's it in this book.
Okay.
Oh, there's a cat she did.
Oh,
Now, when you're doing the artwork, is there a particular brand of ink that works best? And is there one that you would never touch again for the drawings?
Yeah. I don't want to say bad things about any company because you're not supposed to do that with fountain pen ink, what I do. And they're made for fountain pens. But I push them to the limit. What I do, I'm real picky about inks. I'll take a brand new ink bottle. I never dip a pen in it. I'll use a syringe and take what out I'm going to use and put it in a separate container.
Smart.
I'll do that in 2 or 3 containers. So the ink I take out of the bottle is just like what's in the bottle. Now I'll take that ink out and put it in another container and leave the top off of it. And it will thicken up. It makes it darker, more like working with watercolors out of the tube.
Right.
And so there's my dark color, and I've got right out the bottle my medium color, and I'll take and mix water, take some out of the dark container and mix water with it, makes my lighter colors. That's how you can do, where'd it go? Mont Blanc, toffee brown, one color.
Yeah.
But you can make whatever.
Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah.
50 different hues of that one color. You see?
That's brilliant.
And that's just playing with ink. I'm telling you, get them out and play with them. Nobody taught me that. I just figured it out. And this girl, that's 2 colors of colorverse ink.
Wow.
It's brown and a green color.
Green. Oh, wow.
That's it.
That's cool.
But fountain pen inks really are not designed that way and not made that way. So that's why I don't want to say anything bad about some companies' inks don't do what I want them to do. They're not supposed to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. But yes, there are some that are better than others. Yes. Robert Oster is real good. I have pushed that ink beyond the limit. Robert Oster has never let me down. Mont Blanc is real good. Pelican's good.
Diamond?
Diamine's real good. There's some inks that I think it's Jaffa carries that are real good. And yes, there are some inks I won't touch again because I don't really like them in a pen, and I don't really like to paint with them. So far as shimmer inks, I never put them in a pen. I just paint with shimmer inks. And matter of fact, I think I've gotten rid of all my shimmer inks.
They're nice for Christmas cards, but I wouldn't want to use them otherwise.
No, you're not going to put, and I have different pens. I have pens I use for artwork, and I use them every day. And I have inexpensive pens. When in doubt, put ink in an inexpensive pen. I mean, something like, for me, $20 or under $10 is an inexpensive pen. Because a lot of inks are acidic, or some of them are, and you get into expensive pens, and they're like sports cars. They're finicky. And when I use Mont Blanc pens, for example, I only put Mont Blanc ink in. Pelican's a little more forgiving. I'll use Pelican ink and a couple others in Pelican pens, and Visconti, same thing. But a good workhorse that I found out, you can put ink in it, you can throw it in your book bag for a year, take top off of it, it writes. You can take it all apart and clean it. You can change nibs in mid-sentence. You want an easy life? Get you a Lamy. I'm telling you, you can run crude oil through a Lamy. It's not going to hurt it.
Or a Noodler's Conrad.
I can't work with Noodlers. They leak. I've had Noodlers, they leak. I've had nothing wrong. I've had, some people love them. And some people just die hard love Twisbys. I've had 5. I've gotten rid of all of them because they just, me and Twisby don't get along. They just leak. So a good workhorse is a Lamy. And that's what people ask me every day. You know, they think it's expensive to get into, you can get a fountain pen, and a diamine is the best thing for your money. Get you a little bottle of diamine and a fountain pen for like under $20 and see if you like it.
Here's a Pilot Kakuna. I got it for $9 on Amazon.
Yeah.
I
like a Moon Man. I've got 2 of them, and I've used them for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. They work great. You eyedrop them. I can draw with them, whatever. But no kidding, a Lamy, I have changed nibs in mid-sentence writing a letter. You know, and you can take it all apart and clean it.
That's why I won't buy any nannies.
You don't have to have expensive pens. And
My
I
moon
can't
men
wait.
will offer.
It's a what? What were you saying about Moon Man?
She said her Moon Man was awesome.
Yeah, it is. I can't
I
wait
have
to
two of
draw
them. I love them.
this one I got today. It writes great, but I can't wait to draw with it.
Is that a
What
T
size nib
one?
on it?
What is that?
What size
I
nib?
got this. Charlie Harvey sent me this from Wood Wonders of North Carolina. He made it. And I want to give a bigger shout out to him, because so far it's just got a number 6, however you say it, Jovo nib on it.
Yovo?
What size?
Yeah,
Fine,
Jovo.
medium?
So you can change the nibs, whatever. You can take it apart. But I mean, that grip section, what I look for in a fountain pen, number one, it's got to work, but it's got to feel good in my hand. And it's all about the grip section. It's got to feel good in my hand, because I'm going to draw with it. I may work on, like now, 4 or 5 drawings at the same time. So it doesn't take me but, excuse me, about an hour and a half, 2 hours to do one, but it's different processes for everyone. And I may work all day long, but I'm not on one drawing. And it has to feel good in my hand. One of my favorites is a Franklin Christoph Pocket 66, but it has to be posted to be long enough for me to hold. But it's all about the grip section, the hourglass grip section. And that is the most comfortable pen. Me and Larry have used a lot of pens, and some of you have too. But it's like a pair of shoes. We all have shoes that look good, but they hurt your feet. So you're never going to wear them. And you got another pair of shoes, they don't look the best, but they just feel like you tied 2 pillows on your feet. I can't tell you how your shoes feel on your feet. I can't tell you how your pen feels in your hand. But for me, that does it. And the one I got from Wood Wonders of North Carolina is great also. Now, the Lamy, some people don't like it because it's got that, whatever you call it, triangle grip section. If it works for you, it's good. It works for me. So I can use a Lamy all day long. And
How
I
long
do.
does it take you to finish one picture? Drawing a picture?
It depends. If it's not a lot of detail, well, like this bee, hornet, whatever, that's really, I'm pretty much done in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I never time myself. But
It's got the pin in it already.
I can do a lot in an hour and a half.
Huh. Okay.
So it just depends on how much detail and how big it is. I did one, it's in the shop getting framed now, of a boy and his horse. That was a lot of detail. And that took a couple hours longer. But I pretty much had it down and well on my way in an hour and a half, like I said, 2 hours. but the bee was simple, you know, no background, pretty straightforward. Like I said, that I don't time myself, but that's probably about an hour and a half worth of work. What I did was I got out of high school and I was doing the shipwreck stuff too and racing motorcycles. But anyway, I wanted to get a college degree. So I went to art college and I was working at the same time. So I went to art college as much as I could at night. Then I had to go to day. I had to quit the job and do other stuff for income. I put myself through college. And 6 years of college, my first 4 years, I got a degree, and the other 2 years, I got 2 degrees. But because I just pushed it. But I got a commercial art degree. And no kidding, you have a boss over your shoulders 8 hours a day. And you've got a room full of about 7 commercial artists.
Can't mute it. With your
and you got to be good and you got to be fast. The other artists were producing maybe one drawing a day or part of one a day. I was doing 3 a day. So that's job security, and they can always come to me and I can knock it out and get it done. If you just leave me alone, don't bother me. And let me get it done. We'll talk after I'm done, you see. And so I did commercial art for a long time for several companies. I put myself mainly through art college designing logos for business cards. And that's just what I did. You have to find a niche and fill it. And you know, that's just what I did. Anybody else? Anybody got any questions? Which path are you going to take me down now?
Larry, I think
hear
you're
you,
muted.
Larry.
Who's muted?
Larry.
Larry, hon, you gotta unmute.
I can't even see Larry.
I have a question. What type
For
of
me,
art? Yeah, what type of art are you passionate about? What would you
pen and
personally
ink.
like to draw?
Pen and ink. Oh, what subject or what media?
No, what subject? What type?
Faces.
Faces.
Faces. It doesn't matter if it's an animal face, human face, whatever. A man's face, woman's face, whatever. Faces or portraits are my favorite. If you get the eyes, I put a lot of attention, a lot of detail in the eyes. You get the eyes right, everything else falls into place. But if the eye, and I always start a face the same way. I always start left eye first. Don't ask me why. It just works for me. When I was a little kid, I came home one day and my grandmother was there. She's an artist.
I tried that what you just tried. Okay.
And she was an artist. And she asked me, she said, "Did you have a good day at school?" I said, "No, I got in trouble." She said, "Why?" I said, "The art teacher got on me." She said, "Why?" And I said, she wants me to draw an egg and then put a plus sign in it to draw a face. I said, "I can't draw that way." She looked at me and said, "I can't draw that way either." It's like a child that's left-handed. Don't try to make them right-handed. Let it go. It's whatever works best for you. Same thing with fountain pens. It's whatever, you're on a journey. Whatever works for you is what counts. Stuff that works for me might not work for you. But no, when I'm doing a face, some people can draw that way where they do the egg and the stick man and get everything in proportion and then start filling in. I can't do that. You know, and that's fine. Everybody's the same, everybody's different. That's the way it is. But it's whatever works best for you. Don't try to change somebody, just try to enhance them.
Eyes are the window into the soul, yeah.
So what's your favorite pen to use to draw with?
I've got a lot.
Well, pick
whatever
one.
feels comfortable in my hand, and it's usually because of the weight. It's usually like a resin pen, like a pocket pen. I've got a few, but I've pretty much sold my bigger fountain pens. My hands aren't that big, and bigger pens and heavier pens, they're okay for writing a note. But when you get into writing 8-page letters or long letters or journals, or like I said, all day drawing, it's just too. And I'll tell you, this year, since January, I've developed neuropathy in these 3 fingers. And that's the three fingers. That's the 3 fingers I use. You know, so they've been asleep since January. It feels like needles sticking in my hands. And I have to do a little bit and take a break. Do a little bit, take a break. I do internet sales. I can address like 4 packages and that's it. I got to take a break. And I just got to, whatever, push on my fingers or rub them. But these 3 fingers have given me trouble since January. That's why I did a drawing of a man, a portrait. I think it was March. I drew that just to see if I could still do it. And yeah, I did. So yeah, there's still some magic left in his hand. So as long as that's good, I'm gonna keep on going. But I can't do it all day steady like I used to, like I did when I was a commercial artist. You know, and yes, this is still commercial art, but I'm not working for somebody. I don't have somebody over my shoulder. And when you're a commercial artist, it's like a writer. You can't be Superman every day. You have like writer's block. Like when you're a writer or a songwriter or an artist, they're all different, but they're all the same. But some days you're just off. And other days you can't do it fast enough. Everything has to fall into place, and it does. But that's what I'm trying to do, and I've been doing it for decades, is bridge the gap and show people with fountain pens it's just ink. I've been doing pen and ink since high school. Change the ink to fountain pen ink. You have to work faster with fountain pen ink than you do art ink or watercolors. But once you get adjusted to working with fountain pen ink, I like it better than I've got Winsor Newton and FW inks and all kind of artist inks. I don't use them that much anymore. I just rely on fountain pen ink. I've got watercolors, acrylics, oil paints, you name it. Glass paints, I don't really use them that much. I just use fountain. I've gotten to where I know how to work with fountain pen ink, and it's good. And I had to do that to do maps and archaeological drawings for the shipwreck stuff. And
have you ever worked with Noodler's Blue Ghost?
I don't think I've worked with Blue Ghost. I want to get some of their white whale. I saw that. I've seen it years ago, but I saw it today, and I'm getting ready to get together an order for a company, and I need some more stuff to order. And I thought, well, let me get another bottle. Let me try this white.
I have done a couple of art pieces with Noodler's Blue Ghost.
I'd love to see them.
I'm going to show you right now. I just got to plug in my light bulb.
One.
No, I can't. I don't have.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that's some
Black
cool
lighting.
ink.
It's got.
It just has nothing.
There we go.
I can nothing. I can do a message.
I've never used it, but I've seen it before. It is very cool.
I just recently got a pen friend that talked me into writing letters with it. I thought that was pretty cool. Well, if you ever decide to try some Blue Ghost, you let me know. I'll send you a sample.
Good. I saw a picture today. I got a idea from that would look good like that with that Blue Ghost ink.
It's cool.
Especially because they're getting close to Halloween time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With some white on some black, and then paint over it with some Blue Ghost, and then turn the lights off, and everybody screams.
Okay, I got it. I think. Let me see.
What's Larry doing?
I'm trying to get this computer to work. All right, come here, Jake. It's not doing it.
What are you trying to do? We hear you.
Yeah, I'm trying to do something else right now. Go ahead and tell them about your woodwork now.
Woodworking. I did picture framing because I had to in art college. One of the assignments was you had to frame 2 of your pieces. So, and you couldn't have any help. You had to do it. So I did. And I liked it. My father, let me back up. My father had a woodworking company. He did furniture upholstery and did custom furniture, and he made furniture and he fixed furniture. And my brother went into welding, metalwork, and I helped my father out in the woodworking. And the picture framing just fit in with the furniture stuff.
I got it.
So that's how I started doing picture framing. And then I had a pocket knife and I didn't like the handle on it. So I changed the handle to a different kind of wood. And same thing, I'd go target shoot with pistols. I didn't like the handles on them. So I changed those, and my buddies would come by the shop and they wanted me to make them one. And then word of mouth spread, and that's how that happened. And I wanted to make pens. I mean, 30 years ago, I wanted to make pens, and I didn't have the equipment. I got a Dremel tool and a mandrel and sat cross-legged on the floor and made pens with a Dremel tool.
Oh my.
That's how bad I wanted to make pens. Now I got a wood lathe and the whole setup. I really don't make that many pens anymore. I did for a while, but so I don't make pens anymore. I'm too tied up with the artwork and other stuff, picture framing and woodworking and stuff like that, and archaeological stuff. But no, I've always had a passion for pens. Back when I was in the second grade, you had to use a pencil in elementary school, but some teachers would let us use a blue Bic pen, which to this day I can't stand. But anyway, some things we could use blue Bic pen on, and I thought that was a big deal. Second grade. Third grade, we could use black Bic pen. And I thought, man, this is it. My mother was a secretary, and her father, my grandfather, he retired from post office. But anyway, my mother had all this secretary stuff. She said, come here. And she gave me she put a fountain pen in my hand. I don't remember what kind it was. It had to be Schaefer or something like that. I don't remember. This is back in the 60s. And it was something she probably ordered out of a catalog for office equipment. I don't know. But so I used my first fountain pen, and it was cartridge. Went to go stay with my grandparents one weekend, and my grandfather worked at his desk. He had a fountain pen. He said, come here, because my mom told him I liked the fountain pen. Well, he had a bottle of ink. I was third grade, so they got me a fountain pen to use in the third grade. And that's when I first started using fountain pens, and that was it. I never went back to Bic pens, you know. But that's how I got into fountain pens. And even high school and art college, I did pen and ink. And I had every kind of art pen there is. I still got hundreds of them here. Different size points on them. And I started using fountain pens instead of art pens, and fountain pen ink instead of calligraphy ink, art ink, or whatever. That's another funny story. My aunt was a teacher at a college, and for a while, I worked at a sign company, painting signs, because I could letter and draw and whatever. And she said, my aunt said, there's a continuing education class on calligraphy. I said, okay. She said, you do good lettering. Why don't you take the class with me? Well, all right, see if I can brush up on calligraphy or learn something new. So I did. I took this class with her on calligraphy, and there was a man teaching, and there was about 30 people in the class. And I think I was the only guy besides the teacher. These were a bunch of women. middle-aged women. And we got done with the class. I got an A. I got my certificate. It was not a calligraphy class. It was a class for teachers to teach calligraphy. So I got it. I got a teaching, whatever you want to call it, certificate to teach calligraphy. But no, I hadn't really done calligraphy in a while. I'd have to brush up on it. But that was good. And that's all, but I've still got all the nibs and stuff. Use them with the dip pen. And I've got some you can use cartridges with. But that helps you with fountain pens. It's just like I ran into somebody the other day said they can't use a stub fountain pen. It just doesn't work. And I said, you're doing the same thing I'm doing. You're rolling it. You can't roll it. Think of a flathead screwdriver and hold it straight and level and don't roll it and work with it that way. And they did. But that's what I had to do to get used to writing with stubs is think of a flathead screwdriver. Don't tilt it, don't roll it, just keep it flat. And just practice your letters. But about the same thing with the music nib. But anyway. What other questions you got? What else you want me to talk about? Which path you want me to go down now?
Let's talk about the woodwork now.
The woodworking, we just got a bunch of table legs and balls and things to put on the legs of tables, and she's making candlestick holders, wreaths, wood burning. I'm doing picture framing. I just came from the shop before this video. Me and her son, he's redoing a rifle stock. So he sanded all that down and started back with the stain or paint he's using, redoing a rifle stock. But I've got some more woodworking to do. I've got more picture framing to do. But no, I just I like, to me, when I'm cutting wood, just the smell of it, it makes you want to work. And it's just, I just always had a passion for woodworking. It comes from my father with the furniture stuff, because my other brothers didn't have patience to work with wood, with the stains and the sealers and the sanding. There's a lot more goes into it when somebody asks you to fix a piece of furniture or custom make a piece of furniture. And you sure don't want them there helping you, standing over you. But there's a lot goes into it. And I don't care. I call it going to the shop. Yeah, I got work to do. But I go out there and I call it piddling. And I don't care if I live to be 97. I want to be able to go to the shop and just piddle. Make something, sharpen something, fix something, whatever. You know, and we've got so many ideas on furniture and stuff we want to build. And that's it, you know. And it's just like he popped up and wanted his rifle stock redone. It was scratched up and it was just brown. Now it's beautiful. He sanded it all down and it's natural wood, except for the checkerding. And I told him, I said, just leave it natural wood and clear it. He liked that. It looks really good. So we'll see. But that was just like total off the wall, total accident. And that's the same thing with the fountain pennings. No kidding. Some of the best things I've ever done in life were just an accident. You know, it's like experimenting with fountain penning. I was on a shipwreck thing on the PD River in South Carolina, and we were getting ready to go on a shipwreck, and we had to go. It was like a half-mile downriver. You had to go to a park and go down the boat ramp. Well, nobody knew they had a bass tournament that day. So there's 75 boats in front of us. And it's just been mowed beautiful, like a golf course, just rolling hills right down to the water. And it's not but like a half a mile or less down river. And the boats are going the other way. So I told the guys, I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get in the water and swim down there. Y'all put the boat in and come down and join me when you can. So I walked, I don't know, 50 feet to the edge of the water, and the river's 100 feet wide, and it's not real deep. It's like 13 feet deep. So I wade in right there at the beach, whatever you want to call it, the shore. I get in the water about waist deep, and I want to finish putting my tank and stuff on. So I just drop down on my knees in the water and start putting my tank and stuff on underwater. And I start looking around, and these things are sticking up out of the bottom of the mud. The bottom is coarse sand and mud bottom. And I'm looking around, it's pretty clear. I'm looking around, and these pieces of wood are sticking up. And I'm thinking, what is that? And so I moved over there closer to it, and it was the ribs of a small sailing vessel. And I started feeling around the bottom. I found part of a musket, and I was waving my hand like that underwater, saw something kind of shiny, picked it up. It was a gold coin. We were doing this on the 4th of July. It was a gold coin dated 1776. It's in a museum now. But I found that total by accident, 4th of July. But no, I went in the water, and I was inside. It was like 14 feet long because it was just for river. But it was a Revolutionary War or a little after sailing vessel for trade. But yeah, we found that.
Don't you make pin racks?
Oh, you wanted a pen rack too?
Yeah, don't you make them if people order them?
Larry, just make me a list of what you want. And get it to me before, get it to me before Christmas.
No,
I don't have 8 tiny reindeer in a red suit on, but I'll do what I can.
Look, time out. I'm trying to let the people know if you will make this, if they ask for it. That's what we need to know.
Yeah, I'll make you one as a sample, and you can show them. Yeah, I can make different kinds. I can make kind you just stick in the holes, or you can make racks where they stand up. It's how elaborate they want to do. Yeah, I can make 10 racks.
Okay. Yep. Now, go back to diving for a minute. How long have you been doing this now?
I really started, I was always like a water baby. My aunt taught me to swim really before I could walk. And it just went from there. But I really started diving when I was 14. I was racing motorcycles in Florida, and it was rainy, and we had a couple days off. I was in shape and had money in my pocket, and we were staying at a hotel at a marina on the Gulf side, and they offered scuba classes. And I thought, well, okay, I'll go ahead and get my certification so I can buy air, be legitimate. And so I got certified when I was 16. Well, the dive instructor, Jody Morris, he saw I had potential, and he knew I could draw. He saw somebody, I was always doing that. And he had worked for a guy in Florida. He said was coming up this weekend and wanted me to meet him. I said, well, okay. I said, if the weather clears up, I've got a race next week, but I should be around this weekend. Anyway, the guy came up and he introduced me to was Mel Fisher that found the Etosha off Florida. So me and Mel Fisher got talking, and Jody. He said, would you come work for me? I said, I'm 16. I'm in a racing contract, and I'm still in high school. And I'm from North Carolina. And he said, well, I'll let you come and go as you please. If you will help me and do some artwork for me, maps and stuff, I'll work with you if you work with me. So, okay. So I went to work with Mel Fisher about 76, 77, and I've been working with him. He's passed away now, but his kids took over the company. And I've worked there on and off the whole time. And one of the first times I went diving with Mel Fisher in Florida, crystal clear water, white sand bottom, looks like you can see forever underwater. And they showed me what to do. And I was in an area where I was, again, just sitting on my knees, hand fanning, it's called. Just fan the sand with your hand. Or you can use a ping pong paddle, but underwater. But I saw something shiny. You're looking for something that's out of place. It's not supposed to be there. And I saw something shiny. I fanned it and started picking it up. Ends up, it was about a 7-foot gold chain. It was a body chain. And back in the 1600s, aristocrats and wealthy people would get these body chains and put them around their body and then put their clothes on. And one gold link from that body chain was basically a year's pay for your average sailor. So these people weren't sailors. And that's what we had found was a gold body chain. And from then on, I was just bit by the treasure bug. I just wanted to find out all I could about it. And I liked it. I liked drawing. I liked diving. I liked swimming. I liked the weather. So that's really just how I got into it. And you have to do more than just dive. So they knew I could draw. So I had to do maps, and everything you bring up's got to be videotaped, photographed, and illustrated. And some of the illustrations, you can see more detail than you can of a regular photograph. And so and not everybody can draw it or do artwork. So that's why I really just didn't have any problem getting a job, and went on to college, commercial diving and marine archaeology, got my degree in that, and or some degrees in that. And that's just how it happened. I mean, I just found things I like. It's just like music. When I find a certain group I like, I want to hear everything they ever did. And I want to choose, and that's just like art or religion. I don't expect you to like all the music I like, and I'm not going to like all what you like, but it's a personal thing. And when I find something I like, I just want to learn all about it because I'm curious. And then when I'm learning something, you get to a certain point, you take the training wheels off, and creative takes over, and the sky's the limit. It's the same thing with my drawings with fountain penning. They don't teach you that in school. I have been to art college. We never used fountain pens in art college. It never came up. And I'll tell you, when I was in art college, we had to take photography. And I was so excited because I love black and white photography. Well, back then it was just 35 millimeter. They didn't teach black and white photography. All they taught was color photography on 35 millimeter film. I had to hire a professional photographer outside art college to show me what I wanted to learn on black and whites. And he taught me what they won't teach you in college. He had a long zoom lens. No kidding. He had a piece of women's hose and stretched it over the lens and took a picture of it. Through the hose, it made it like it was 100 years old and cracked up. It was little tricks like that. And that's what I'm saying. Just experiment with your pens and ink. And nobody taught me how to do that. Nobody taught me how to do fountain pen ink drawings. It's just figure it out. Play with it and see. And I got things too I try. Same thing with woodworking. It doesn't work. Try something else. You just build on your experience, and you've got a good base for experience. Just expand it. That's all. you know. So it's like when I started making pens, I wanted to make pens so bad. I'm making a pen one way or the other. And I took a mandrel and stuck it in the carpet and a Dremel tool. And when I was done, I sold them. I don't have any more. You couldn't tell. I didn't tell anybody I used a Dremel tool. Everybody thought I used a wood lathe. That's fine. That's what I want you to know. That's what I want you to think. That's the first impression I want you to get was he's turned out on a wood lathe. Now I got 2 wood lathes, but at the time I didn't. And that was 30 years ago.
All right. Well,
what are some of y'all's favorite pens?
Okay, folks, I'm going to let you all ask Greg some questions. It's open. Just raise your hand so we won't get 5 people talking at once, please. Nobody? All right. I guess I have no questions for you.
I don't know.
I can't believe they're speechless. Come on.
Do you have any of your examples of your calligraphy?
No, not that I could reach.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I love calligraphy.
I like doing thin stuff, but what we did was real bold, like the heading for a newspaper.
Oh, you mean broad edge calligraphy?
Exactly. Real bold stuff, real broad stuff.
What if it's Lisa?
And same thing with calligraphy. When it doesn't matter what letter. You can do the capital letter A or capital letter M or S. Play with it. You can do different swirls and birds and all kinds of stuff within your swirls. And I remember in calligraphy class, they liked mine because I put a lot of swirls into it. And that was just playing around with it. What's her name does videos. Aziza does really good. And there's another one, Jenny Scrimbles, something like that. She's phenomenal. But there's a lot of artists out there, and there's a lot of artists out there. I think we talked about this before, Larry, that they can use a big ballpoint pen, and their stuff is phenomenal. You know, I couldn't do that. I've never tried, but I really don't think I could do it.
Susan Cunningham started out with a big crystal 1.6 millimeter ballpoint. Yeah.
It's whatever you get used to. I mean, even old blues singers, they would put wire with nails on the side of the house, 3 strands of wire, and that's how they learned to play guitar. You got to want it. You got to have heart. And a little bit of creativity, and sky's the limit.
Well, thank you.
So you sell your art. So if anybody's interested, how do they find you?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and I do commission work.
What's your name on Instagram?
CW_customs. CW Customs. But it's CW_customs. But Larry can leave a link if he wants to. But most of my art is on Instagram.
Is this it?
That's it.
Yep, that's you.
You got me.
Yep.
And there's everything on that page because it's my page. So it's not just all art.
Cadillac. Yep.
But
there's my favorite girl right there.
Well, she's for sale. I'll make you a deal on her. I think she's in
$5,000.
No, not in the flat file down at the shop. Yep. There's Larry's bug.
Larry.
There's Larry.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was it?
Walmart that I went to. No, we went there.
Wow, these are nice.
There's Frank. There's me scuba diving. Yeah.
Playing with ink.
Yeah. So I use syringe for that.
I play with ink every day. I do fountain pen ink reviews on my YouTube channel.
Do you use syringe
I have.
or an eyedropper?
I use all of the tools.
Everything. I've got more control over a syringe than I do. I've just used that since high school than I do an eyedropper. And I was doing a drawing one time early in the morning, and I stopped and got coffee. And the coffee came with a, what do you call it, stir stick, plastic stir stick. And I'm sitting there drawing and stirring my coffee, drinking my coffee. Got finished with my coffee, and I'm bad about this. I took the stir stick, and I'm just playing with it while I'm drawing. I'm tapping it on my desk, and it broke. And it broke real sharp. And I was needing something real sharp to do fine lines. And I thought, I looked around, nobody's here. I wiped it off, dipped it in ink. It made perfect little tiny lines.
Yep.
Yeah, I use everything. I use my finger. But no, I did some artwork with a coffee cup stir stick that was broke.
I've used all kinds of weird things like toothpicks and pieces of hair that are falling out.
Sponges, you name it.
I use tweezers to do it sometimes. Good times.
Yeah.
It's a good day when you're inky.
But if you'll, I don't know if you've ever done it before, take your ink and put it in a separate bottle, like a it doesn't matter, glass or plastic, and then perfect sample bottle. Take you another cup, I know you got one somewhere, of just water, and get you a paintbrush, dip the ink in the water, and leave the cap. You leave the top off of that water for days. What's it do? It thickens up because it evaporates and you get thick on the bottom.
Yep.
Take that ink and put it on paper. Take a little bit of water if you want to lighten it up. And you wouldn't believe it's still alive, it still works, and you get all these other hues of that whatever black muddy water. Yeah, that's all it is.
I'm impatient. I get the little glass bottles, the wee cups, and I'll put ink in it, and then I'll put it on the coffee warmer, and it'll evaporate faster that way.
Yeah, exactly. And you can run that through a Lamy, but you can't run it through a Mont Blanc.
Yep.
There you go. You can put it in a Moon Man, but get inexpensive pens and play with them, or artist paintbrushes. I got a bunch of them. Or get you a cup of coffee with a stir stick and break it. Whatever works.
Greg, I thought he was domestic or something.
I used the Walmart special. I get like 12 of these little brushes for like $2. That's where it's at.
Yep, and you can trim them with scissors and make them even sharper.
Yeah.
Yep, all those tricks. I had one the other day, I didn't clean good, and it had paint on it, and it was hard as a rock, but it came to a very fine point. And I needed a very fine point, something I was working on. And so I just dipped it in there and just used that fine point on that dried paintbrush. So I really wasn't using the bristles. Anything, it's the same thing with a stir stick. I needed a real fine point. Yep, it's like a dip pen at that point. And that's another thing. If you got any doubt about ink, just use it on a dip pen. Like a glass dip pen, you're not going to hurt that. There you go. Yep, I got one right here. I used it on a couple drawings recently. I think I got like 3 of them.
I got this Kakamori thing. It's a really neat dip
That's
pen.
cool looking.
Yeah.
Have you got a folded pen?
I do have a folded. I got a folded nib.
like this.
Oh, yeah.
Now you can do ink every angle. You've got about 7 or 8 points on this thing I have done. And it holds, believe it or not, it holds a lot of ink.
Well, I've never used one like that. I've used one like this. Is this a C something or other?
All right, I'll show you something.
Browse 75510.
Nick Pong did this with, I think, that folded pen or a folded pen, if I can find it. This is folded pen. Right there where it says Ocean Quest. That's the name of one of my companies.
Oh, wow.
That's done with a folded pen, just like I showed you.
That's awesome.
One pen.
I see
3 different colors of ink.
I see some of these people, they start out real slow and then they go splat right across the page and it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. And that just comes with experience, and just play with it. I've got brush pens too. They're pretty cool. So.
Yeah, I got a little bit of everything because I was curious.
Yeah. And that's your box of crayons. And the more crayons or toys you have in your box, the more things you can do. If you only had one pen and 2 colors of ink, you know,
You
but
could
if you
still
got,
make about 6 colors out of it.
exactly. But if you got 50 pens and a couple hundred different colors of ink, now you're talking.
Too many inks.
There's a whole cabinet back there.
Oh my God.
And that's not all.
I can't tell it. Now taking mine.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, me too, blinded.
Well, that was fun.
Well, yeah. All right. Before we close down, Mr. Craig, have anything else you want to add?
No, any more questions?
Yeah, you have
Anybody?
any questions? You best do it now.
Yeah, anybody, whatever, wants to ask me about how I do
Because the
something?
zombies are going to come and eat your brains.
Yeah, something like that.
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
But if y'all
You
don't
take
know
a
about
video of
this
it.
company, Wood Wonders of North Carolina, you really ought to check them out.
All right.
Because this is, you ought to have him on the show sometime.
Well, yeah, if you send me his name. I
Charlie
already forgot
Harvey.
it. I
I'll
already
send you his
forgot it.
name. Yeah, I know. I'll send it to you.
Sure. Mr. Dependable, right? Okay.
This is always the way we get together, Larry.
I know, brother.
You ought to
Yeah,
expect
okay.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
You have a
It'll
lot of
take a
guests
year
on the
before I
show,
get
but
the
there's
new-
nobody else. There's nobody else like this. But no, I'll send you that. That'll be your new logo.
Yeah, that's going to be an awesome hat and a shirt.
But I'm telling you, do it on a white background.
Well, we're
It'll
going to
show
see what
up
he
better.
can do with it first. Yeah.
Exactly. But this is mine. I'll send you that one.
Well, what he could do now, he could still leave it on a black hat. And I was thinking with a white patch on the background and then put that B on it.
Well, like a white oval.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Or offer black hats and white hats.
Yeah.
And actually on the ant that you did, or the other bug, I'd added a white outline to it when we put it on the dark hat.
Okay.
All right, folks, before we go, anything y'all want to say?
Craig, I want to ask you if you've ever done any drawings of gemstones.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Raw cut, just raw or cut gemstones?
Cut.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done both. One time on a shipwreck expedition, I had to draw these. We found emeralds, and we were bringing them up, and the other diver didn't know what they were. So he thinks they're broken glass, green glass. He's throwing them over the other side of the boat. So on all shipwreck expeditions from then on, don't throw nothing away. Let somebody knows what to do and throw it away. But you're welcome. But no, if you got some cut gemstones you want me to do a drawing of, I did. If you look on my Instagram page, there's one of Frank for Frankly Fifth. There's two glasses that have ice in them. That's about the same way as doing a gemstone, what you're talking about. It can be different color. Doesn't have to be purple. But that'll give you an idea of how you can do a gemstone. But you can either do it by itself, or you can do it if it's mounted, whatever, in a brooch, ring, whatever, necklace. Yeah, gemstones aren't hard to do. I was working for a guy on a shipwreck expedition 20 years ago. I never thought about it, but he was the boss. And he gave me a raise because of my artwork. I was just doing my job. But he said, you draw what you see, don't you? I never thought about it, but yeah, I do. If I can see it, I can draw it. Some things I make up, but it helps if I can see it, I can draw it.
On the buffalo, real quick, where did you get that idea? Did you copy a picture or just in your head?
Of what?
Of the buffalo.
Oh, that was in my head. That was in my head. I like buffaloes. I wanted to do something like, you know, American. And I thought of an animal. I've done horses. I've never done a buffalo before. And I thought, well, okay, I'll do a buffalo. And so I started looking at pictures of buffaloes. And I saw some pictures of buffaloes. It might have been Yellowstone or somewhere, just walking in the snow. And I thought, that'd be cool. You know, so that's what I did. But that's just one color of ink. That's Mont Blanc Toffee Brown. But that's what I was saying about you thicken the ink up, which makes the dark color. Straight out the bottle is your medium color. You mix water with it, and there's your light colors. But if you can tell the texture in that dirt, that's a lot of different shades of one color. And that's all I use was Mont Blanc Toffee Brown and water.
All right. Anybody else? Dun, 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 dun.
Thanks for coming.
Well, folks, okay, wait a minute now. Hold on. Hold your britches. My God. You're going to get Stan upset here. And Stan don't play when he's up there. He'll get his cat out after you. Yes, sir.
Oh, boy. That's all we need is a cat.
That cat don't play either. Claw your eyes out.
I know something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, nobody else has any more questions, right? We're done. We're good to go. Zap. Oh, well, all right. Thanks. Oh, well, that was nice. Okay. You got one thank you, and that's it.
Thank you so much.
I got that.
Oh, you're Mr. Popular today. All right. All right, folks, we're going to get out of here, okay? So, hey, Will, good to see you. Good to see everybody.
Thanks for having me. I apologize for showing up late. Love the artwork. Thank you. Enjoyed the chat. Appreciate it, man.
You're welcome. We'll do it again.
And then later, Dan's going to do a concert on his violins and cellos or whatever. Yep.
Good.
Awesome.
Yep. He's just a little bashful. He's just a little bashful right now. And then this flying squirrel is going to attack. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. You ready? Do I end it or you end it? All right, folks. We'll talk to you later. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Be safe.
Smile. This dang thing's not working.
Bye, Larry.